Good evening and welcome to another episode of Unscripted and Unchained RPG Review. I am DM Bloodworth, and as you can see by the graphics here, I am going to be doing an unboxing of B17 Queen of the Skies. So this is one of the very few board games that I was, really into in the early 1980s, and as you can see, this was 1983, and I'm really excited about this box opening. This is a game that I absolutely loved. I played it by myself. I think there might have been a few occasions where I played it with a friend, but generally speaking, this was a game that was something that I could occupy myself for quite some time with, just playing it by myself, running through the scenarios. And even though the system is probably not designed for doing that, if you're a fair player, to yourself, and you play both sides equally intelligently, it's actually a very good gaming experience, even solo. So I came across this. I've been looking for this and looking for it at the right price, and I finally found it on eBay. The game itself was marked as complete, unplayed, and the photographs looked pretty good. There was a couple of the cardboard cutouts that looked like they were loose, but still 99% of them were still in the frame. So, and the box itself looked fairly decent. And, like I said, they said it was complete. So I'm hoping that when I open this up, it's exactly what I'm expecting. And hopefully even better. I paid for the game. It was originally marked at $70, but the seller automatically gave it a discount, so it brought it down to $63. And then the shipping and handling was probably about $12. So around $75 I got the box set for. So I'm going to start opening this up. Now, the picture I have on here is not going to be the thumbnail. I could not find on the internet a high quality, picture. So what I'm going to do is, once I do take this out of the, out of the shipping box here, I will, and after I've done doing the video, I will take a high resolution picture of the box itself, and that will be my thumbnail. So let's see how this is going to look. And I will switch screens here. Let's go to my slightly wider screen. So I was getting a little bit nervous because I was running around the 5 days since my last video. And I was like, well, I hope something comes in the mail soon so that I can put out some new content there. And here's a little thanks for the order you made from eBay. Little thanks from eBay. So Desert Geek Incorporated is the company name. I won't put the person's name out there. But Desert Geek Incorporated is the out of Las Vegas is the company I bought it from, or the gaming shop that I bought it from. And here we have it in shrink wrap. And he said it was unplayed. And by the shape of this box, I'm going to say that is absolutely the truth. Instead of just trying to unravel it, I guess I will keep on doing it this way. I do appreciate the care that he put into wrapping this up. I gotta tell you something, this box is in incredible shape. So here we go. You can see, I'll do the full turnaround here. And it is definitely pretty solid. Very square, very little of an indent here. from the box top. And so as someone who collects, although I am definitely going to print out everything on hardstock paper, and I'm certainly playing this game. There's only one corner here that was split. Very easy with a little clear tape. I have no intentions of ever selling these games again. Or getting rid of them. I am basically recapturing my 80s gaming, and I virtually have everything, that I was really, really into, and a few things that are still slightly out of reach. Hopefully someday they will come, and, they will be into reach. So that's the top of the box. Let's see if we can. So here are the counters, and as you can see, they're all in their original frame, although some of them look like they're loose. But they're all in their original frame. These are definitely the original set of dice. So just 2d6. Now when I get to the contents of the box itself, I am going to, I might even just pop out those counters. And so let me see if I can do it this way. Let's see, my desktop. I might have to adjust the camera angles and everything as I bring it out here. So here's the rules folder. Let me just see. Let's see if this works best. I just have to rotate this and see if it gives us a better view. Maybe this will work. This will work a little bit better. Now I can come down. Sorry about this. This is the unscripted part. Let's see if that gives you a good view. Well, let me even it out. So here we have the rules folder. And take a look at some of the diagram here. So it shows you, basically the layout of the plane. B17 is a bomber, very famous during World War II. Very, very tough plane. I actually had a model of a B-17 when I was a kid as well. And, so it was really cool to have the model and to be playing this game. And, it was one of the first models where I actually used like a soldering iron to create, some of the bullet holes in it. And I made the plane look, somewhat battle worn and such. So... But going through looking at the rules booklet, and the rules booklet is really well intact. Nice colors to it. I haven't played this game in well over 30 years, and so it's really exciting to see it once again. The various fighter waves. There's a sample mission. You determine what position your bomber is in. Let's see. I have to come down a little bit so you can see the whole thing here. So you can check off and you can determine where you're going to end up in the position within the formation. If you're on a lead, you'll have a plus ME 109 at 12 o'clock high coming at you. If you're the tail, you'll have a +1 ME-109 coming in at 6 o'clock high. The middle is obviously the best position. So position in the formation, position in the squadron. So to be in the middle is a -1, to be low is a +1, and so on. So there's various things that affect your encounter that you might face. So they have ammo for each thing, so you have to keep track of your ammo that you have. So it's not like, other games where you have just like unlimited, capabilities. It was a very, very realistic game to play. So here are all the charts involved. So you had a weather chart, a flak over the target, flak to hit the B-17, the effective flak hits, the area affected by flak hits, bomb running, bomb accuracy, the nose, the pilot, the bomb bay, the radio room, the waist gunners, the tail section, the number of German fighter planes in a non-designated target area, the number of German fighter waves in a designated target area, attack fighter waves, and so on and so on. Just so much information and detail in this game. So that's the book. And like I said, I will take a picture of the thing. So when they say complete, I mean it has everything in here from the original card. Do a friend a favor. If you know someone who has basic brain power to comprehend Avalon Hill games, then get him to send us this postcard. Excuse me. So here's the price lists, effective July 1st, 1986. Now I'm starting to wonder if it said 1983, but if it has a 1986, let's see. No, this says 1985. Very strange. So here is the airplanes card, and that's unpunched. So we have ME-110s. That's a Focke-Wulf 190. Those are very, very tough planes. And then the ME-109s, the Messerschmitt 109s. Oh, excuse me. So here's a mission chart. It's a full booklet. Oh, excuse me. So you put your bomber name, you fill out all the ammo capacities that it has. You have your crew notes on what they're doing, the B17 damage notes, hit notes, a target, the target, weather over the target, weather over England, because sometimes it was just as tough to get back home as it was to get there. And of course I'm going to make copies of it to keep the booklet intact. So here's the placement board, and so you can see the entire plane here, and you place the icons for your bombardier, your navigator, your pilot, your engineer, your co-pilot, radio operator, or the ball gunner, that's beneath the plane, your waist gunners, you have two of them, and you have your tail gunner here. And wow, this is not even separated at all. So I am going to have to bust the seal on this just to play, but it has all of those charts that I was talking about, in here. I'm not going to reorient the camera for it, but you can see all of these charts that'll have to be opened up out of here and copied. But that's that. Then it's been so long since I played the game. I mean, so here is defensive fire. Here's your plane here. It shows you what direction they can come from. This is showing a vertical climb. So 1:30 is here, 12 o'clock here, 10:30 is here, 9 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock. All right, so, and then down here you have your defensive fire. And it tells you which guns can fire at what o'clock and elevation. So 12 o'clock high, the top turret and the nose turret can fire. All right, roll needed on one die to hit. So you only need one die to hit on a 109, a 110, or a 190, a 110, or a 109. You need to roll a 6 on those. All right, so pretty hard to hit. You're rolling, 2d6, and you have to roll a 6 in order to hit from 12 o'clock high. It becomes much, much easier as you start getting at like 3 o'clock high. Then it's a top turret and starboard wastes, and the top turret can hit on a 5 or a 6. I'm just going down this hit chart here. I'll actually give you a better view. So you start to see here around the 3 o'clocks. So that's coming in right from the side. You get a much better chance of hitting, a 4, 5, or 6. So a 50% chance of hitting with your turrets on that particular plane type. Your top and your ball turrets have a 5 or a 6 to hit on a 190 or a 109. And then your port waist has just a 6 to hit any one of the 3 planes. All right, at lows, you start bringing in your ball turret more so. Your radio room does have a gun as well as your tail gun. So coming in from behind, you can see that they're much easier, like a 110 coming in from behind as a 3, 4, 5, or 6 in order to hit 110. So 110 is not the greatest plane to go up against a B17. Then we have the German offensive fire on this side of the chart here as well. So let me just switch back over here just to show you the bottom box. So here is the bottom box here. And once again, very solid on the bottom as far as that's concerned. Once again, so you can see the full view of what I was just reading off here. This is kind of like the board that you'd put here, and then you'd put the planes where you can see where the planes are coming in from, for each wave. Excuse me. Maybe either allergies or a cold. Once again, here is this, and the effects of hits and everything by section or each on here as well. The mission chart. Here are the plane icons. The original sales items, for the catalog, and here's the the rule pamphlet. Original dice. These are the counters. So these are the counters to show the, the various things. What is wounded, light wounds. Fighter continues at -1. All right, so if some of the fighters, the German fighters, get damaged, then you can give them their, fighter breaks off at a -2. You could designate who are aces, who are green, spray fire. So who's actually laying down spray fire, where the extinguishers are on the plane, and when they're used, it would say. There's the elevators and ailerons that can be damaged, so and engines, so you can knock out the engines and show which engines are actually knocked out. There could be gas leaks, 1, 2, and 3. There's oxygen fires, so there's all kinds of different effects of taking damage that you can also include during this. So So once again, another, really satisfying purchase that I made on eBay. I'm excited about it. Once I'm feeling a little better and get past these holidays, I'm certainly going to do some playing. And once I get more comfortable with it, I'll throw up a play video and show you running through a scenario. If I recall, it doesn't take too long to play through a single bombing mission, probably, an hour or so. But I'll certainly trim that down when it comes time for doing that. So once again, thanks for joining. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know I get really excited for these box openings. I especially these games that I played back in the early 80s, and I'm super stoked about getting my hands back on this game. I do have another strategy board game from the time that I, certainly want to get a hold of. I'm hoping that I can find it in equally good condition. And that was another game that I played, quite a bit alone again for these things. That not too many of my friends back in those days were really into these board games, and I was really into them, and it was something that I could pass the time when we weren't together playing D&D, and so I was really quite excited about getting this one as well. So if you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. Questions, comments, any other suggestions you'd like for me to take a look at, throw them in the comments section. Share the video if you enjoyed it. Please share the video. I'm trying to keep on building up the channel. The channel is growing well, but the more exposure that these videos get, the more suggested views will come my way as well. And hopefully as the channel grows, I can keep on going out there and finding new content to put up there, new games to take a look at. I got another package behind me that although I had to take it out of the package it came in, but I do have another video ready to roll probably within the next 2 or 3 days for some more stuff, and I'm expecting some things coming out of Kickstarter as well. So you'll have a great week coming up. If I don't put up a video between now and Thanksgiving, if you're in the United States, enjoy your Thanksgiving. I know Canadians already had their Thanksgiving. And I look forward to seeing you on a gaming screen sometime very soon. You'll have a great afternoon. Bye.